Wish you a very, very happy Deepavali, and I congratulate and appreciate your commitment to come to the class. It's not a small thing because Deepavali is just for celebration, and the class will be the last thing which that can come to your mind. Still, you came. I really appreciate. Congratulations. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। थर्ड चैप्टर थर्ड श्लोका। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। प्लीज रिपीट। श्री भगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन सांख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनां न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारस्य उच्यते यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते। So here the topic is, what is the place of sadhana for moksha and what is the role of lifestyle? Arjuna listened to the Upadesha given by the Lord in the second chapter, and Bhagavan talked about the means for moksha because Arjuna asked for the teaching on the means for moksha. Yat shreya syat nishitam bruhi tanme. He said, whatever is the means for moksha, you please talk to me about that. And Bhagavan gave the self knowledge as the means for moksha. And for self knowledge, one requires preparation, for which Karma Yoga is the sadhana. And Karma Yoga will prepare the person, and Jnana Yoga will give Jnanam, and Jnanam gives moksha. Means Jnanam makes you own up moksha. That is the pursuit of moksha presented by the Lord. But Arjuna did not exactly understand the message of the Lord. And he thought that knowledge and action are the alternative means for moksha. And therefore he said, if knowledge is the better means for moksha, why are you engaging me in karma? For that, Bhagavan is giving the clarification that we have seen earlier, that with regard to the means, there is no option available. One requires purity of the mind, for which Karma Yoga is the means. One requires the Jnanam, for which Jnana Yoga is the means. And moksha is by Jnanam. So Karma Yoga will give me Chitta Shuddhi, Jnana Yoga gives me Jnanam, and Jnanam gives moksha. This is the path, or this is the pursuit of moksha. So regarding Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, there is no options available. What Karma Yoga can do, Karma Yoga alone can do. Jnana Yoga cannot do. What Jnana Yoga can do, Jnana Yoga alone can do. Karma Yoga cannot do. And therefore both of them have got the role to play. Therefore they are not the alternatives. And in fact they are the necessary, inevitable sadhanas for moksha that are to be followed in a particular order. What is the order? First Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, moksha. So with regard to the sadhanam, there is no option available. One has to have both of them. Like if one wants to get PhD degree, he has to do graduation, post-graduation and PhD. You cannot say whether I will do graduation or I will do post-graduation. Such options are not available. So Bhagavan clarifies in the third shloka that Arjuna, with reference to the means for moksha, there is no option available. And for the means, he uses the word yoga. Yoga means the means. Yujyate anena iti yoga. So yoga, sadhana, there is no option. But for lifestyle, there is an option. And lifestyle is called here nishtha. So these two words are important in the third shloka. Nishtha, lifestyle, and yoga, the means. And Bhagavan said there are two types of lifestyle. One is called Pravritti Marga, other is called Nivritti Marga. And Pravritti Marga is governed by sadhana of Karma Yoga, and Nivritti Marga is governed by the sadhana of Jnana Yoga. And depending upon your background, depending upon where you are, you choose appropriate lifestyle. And we had seen in the last class, there are three possibilities for a person who is desirous of moksha. What are the three possibilities? A person takes the Pravritti Marga, Grihasthashrama, follows the sadhana of Karma Yoga, gets Chitta Shuddhi, and remaining in Karma Yoga, he takes the life of remaining in Karma Yoga, remaining in Grihasthashrama, he studies Vedanta, gets Jnanam, gets moksha. He doesn't take sannyas ashrama life at all. That is possible. Because moksha is not connected with lifestyle. Moksha is connected with the means. It is not that particular lifestyle will give moksha. What gives moksha is the particular sadhana. Like If you have done your graduation and post graduation, then you are qualified for PhD. This graduation and post graduation you can do at home, remaining at home, or remaining in the hostel. Hostel is the means for PhD, or this house, remaining in the house is the means for PhD. You cannot say, because they are not decisive. What is deciding is whether you have done your graduation and post graduation. So similarly, this sadhana of karma yoga and sadhana of dana yoga are important. Person can remain in pravritti marga and follows the sadhana of karma yoga, gets chitta shuddhi, reduces his karma yoga, increases his dana yoga, gets dhanam, gets moksha. He doesn't have to go to sannyasa ashrama. Everybody need not become a formal sannyasi. Inner sannyasa is inevitable, is unnegotiable. One has to have. And Bhagavan is going to talk about inner sannyasa in the 5th chapter. Neyasya nitya sannyasi yona dveshtina kankshati. So real inner sannyasa is in the form of my being free from likes and dislikes. That inner sannyasa is a must for effective pursuit of dhanam. But formal sannyasa, renouncing all the karmas, renouncing family life, taking this going through the particular ritual, taking formal sannyasa, that is optional. So first option is that person remains in grihasthashrama and gets sadhana of karma yoga, dana yoga, and gets moksha. Second option is he follows the life of karma yoga in grihasthashrama, gets necessary chitta shuddhi, and then renounces grihasthashrama, takes sannyasa ashrama, commits himself more to dana yoga, gets dhanam, gets moksha. That is second option. Third option, which is a very rare option for very few people, generally it is availed, and that is from the brahmacharya ashrama, without going through karma yoga, without going through grihastha ashrama, pravritti marga, he goes to sannyasa ashrama. But here one thing to be noted, even in sannyasa ashrama, he has to do karma yoga in a way. Whatever is to be gained through karma yoga has to be gained even in sannyasa ashrama by guru seva, by some japa, by certain these mantra parayanam, the Upanishad parayanam. So certain activities, minimum activities are there in sannyasa ashrama. So whatever is to be gained by karma yoga has to be gained even in sannyasa ashrama. And he focuses more on the gnana yoga and then gets dhanam, gets moksha. So as far as the sadhana of karma yoga and dana yoga are concerned, they are unnegotiable. Whatever lifestyle you take, karma yoga has to be attained. The purity of the mind through karma yoga has to be attained. Dhanam through dana yoga has to be attained. Then only moksha is possible. So, three options are there. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying that option number 1 or option number 2 are better for majority of people. And it is a safe path. And it is better than the third one, especially when one is not prepared. And that idea he gave from the shloka number 4. 4 to 6, 3 shlokas, he gave 4 reasons why karma yoga lifestyle is better than sannyasa lifestyle for most of the people. The 4 reasons in the 4th shloka he said that na karmana manarambat naishkarmyam purushoshnute. A person does not attain this naishkarmyam, which is another word for moksha, by not starting the karma. And here principle suggested was karma yoga is a contributory means to moksha. And without following the means, you cannot attain the end. Karma yoga is a necessity for attaining moksha. Without karma yoga, moksha is not possible. Karma Yoga itself does not give moksha, but without Karma Yoga, moksha is not possible. And therefore, if you do not resort to the means, you cannot attain the end. And the end called moksha was presented by the word Neshkarmyam, actionlessness, abidance in actionless self. I am actionless Atma, abiding in this understanding, which is otherwise called moksha, and that is not possible by renouncing karma. Because renouncing karma at inappropriate time amounts to giving up the means, and when you give up the means, you cannot expect the end. That was the first reason. Second reason Bhagavan highlighted is particular ashrama is not a guarantee for moksha. Just because you renounce karma, you do not attain actionlessness. Because mere renouncing karma without the knowledge is not the means for moksha. It is something like hostel life is better than the house life. The remaining at home, suppose. But just person stays in the hostel doesn't mean he will get first rank. Hostel life can be better for study if a person is ready. In fact, nowadays it is becoming dangerous for some people. And therefore, Bhagavan says, just because you take sannyasa, therefore you get moksha, there is no such thing. So don't connect that moksha, I will definitely attain moksha if I take sannyasa. In fact, there are some people who, when they were in Grihastha they were doing more study of Shastra. When they took sannyasa, they started one ashram. And starting the ashram is like starting the house. And they are more busy than ordinary Grihasthas. In fact, earlier he had more time because he was working 9 to 5, and therefore evening he was attending classes before morning also, before going to work he was attending classes, evening after office he was attending. Now he has ashram. Ashram is 30-40 rooms are there. 30-40 people will be coming every day. For them he has to organize food, what is to be cooked, what is plumbing is not there, electrician is not there, he has to work. So just because person takes sannyasa doesn't mean he will get moksha. In fact, I have seen some people that their commitment, their engagement in Shastra is less than even so many householders. Therefore, don't have this romantic idea that if I take sannyasa, I get moksha. So Bhagavan says, by mere sannyasa lifestyle, this moksha, Naishkarmyam is not attained. That was the second reason. Second reason is a particular lifestyle of sannyasa or mere lifestyle of sannyasa is not the guarantee for moksha. The third reason he gave in the fifth sloka, that Arjuna, if you think that moksha is actionlessness, and I will attain actionlessness by renouncing all karma. Many times we think like this, see, if I interact with the world, then only I have problems. So what will I do? I will not interact. That's what many times we think. But without interaction, you cannot remain. Life means interaction. And therefore Bhagavan said, Arjuna, you cannot remain without activities. So by renouncing all actions, I will have actionlessness. That is not possible. Because physical renunciation of all activities is not possible. And especially for ignorant person who has got the pressure of likes and dislikes, even relative renunciation is not possible. In fact, he will have a lot of free time and he doesn't know what to do, so he will be doing destructive activities. When constructive activities were there, he renounced them and he will be engaged in this destructive activities. And therefore, Bhagavan says, physical renunciation of all activities being not possible, Arjuna, don't think that by renouncing actions you will get actionlessness, which is moksha. Then one more reason Bhagavan gave in the sixth sloka, saying that if a person is not prepared, means he has not outgrown certain desires, and under some charge of some emotions, under some overwhelming emotions, under the pressure of some emotions, he has taken sannyasa, then that will be a life of separation, life of hypocrisy. Because what will be his situation? Formally he has renounced all karma and all bhogas. Formally he is supposed to renounce. And therefore he cannot go for bhoga through his organs of action. He cannot go to movie theater because he is a sannyasi. He cannot go to some pub, etc., a bar, etc., because he is a sannyasi. But he has desires for that. And he did not know that he has so many desires. He thought he has outgrown all desires. Sometimes there is a life, sometimes in life there are occasions when there is some sadness, some occasions of sorrow. Under the spell of sorrow, person thinks that I don't want anything from the world. I will take sannyasa. My wife died, or he lost the job, or somebody ditched him, and therefore he took sannyasa. And then he goes to sannyasa life, sannyasa it's a ashrama, and then he has so many desires. So what will happen? His organs of action will be suppressed, but the mind will be reveling in that. And therefore what will happen? He will not be able to take the benefit of sannyasa ashrama, which is meant for exclusive commitment to Shastra, and he has already renounced Grihastha ashrama, which can give him purity. So he is Ubhaya Brashta. Grihastha ashrama could have given him purity, that he has renounced. Sannyasa ashrama could have given him the atmosphere for commitment to Shastra. But now he is not ready for this benefit of sannyasa ashrama. Therefore, sannyasa ashrama benefit is not available. Grihastha ashrama benefit he has renounced, and therefore his life will be miserable. His life will be full of hypocrisy. Somehow or the other will go for bhoga, hiding from the society. And even if he cannot go for it, he mentally is reveling in that, and with that mind he cannot focus on Shastra, and therefore he will have this spiritual downfall. And therefore Bhagavan says, Arjuna, it is better to have this safe pursuit, safe path of Pravritti Marga, where you purify yourself and also you can study Shastra. This is how Bhagavan talked about these 4 reasons why a person should remain in Grihastha ashrama until he or she gets complete maturity necessary for sannyasa. And then 7th shloka he gave the conclusion saying, compared to that hypocrite, a person who has mastered his dhanendriyas, indriyani manasa niyamya, means all the organs of perception he has mastered. And mastery is suggesting 2 things. He is allowing the organs to be operative. Through the eyes he is seeing things, through ears he is hearing things. So he is enjoying Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. But all the objects of enjoyments are within the fold of Dharma. That is one thing. And even those objects of enjoyments which are within the fold of Dharma are in moderation. So 2 things. One is the bhogas are dharmika, and other is they are in moderation. That is called manasa niyamya. Deepavali is there, so you can eat sweet. But you eat sweet which your body can handle. Not that, oh, today so many people have given, so only sweet. And doctor has told that already you are borderline case. So it's not a good thing. You eat something, but niyamya. So manasa indriyani niyamya, and karmendriyahi, with the karma yoga marabhate. He starts this karma yoga. Karma yoga means karma eva yoga, karma yoga. He starts the sadhana of karma, which is the means for moksha. So karmendriyahi karma yogam. But how? Asaktaha. Asaktaha means without getting attached to karma or karma phala. Being attached to karma means what? If I am doing some work which I like, but that work is taken away from me, then I resist. Why it is taken away from me? I am doing, I only should do, I can do it better, nobody can do like me. This is called attachment to karma. Some people, when they are doing some work in the ashram and all, they get attached to a particular work and they think that they alone can do. And by chance, the head of the organization thinks that other person should be given chance, and this work is taken away from this person. He misses it so much. He starts fighting, resisting, crying. This is the sign of asakti to karma. What should be the right attitude? If something is to be done, I do it. But moment it is taken away from me, if it is told that now somebody else can do, you are retired. Yes, I happily get retired. Means I happily hand over. Some people have so much reaction to this particular fact that he is asked to retire. He will not hand over properly. He thinks why it is taken away. So that the next person has to somehow manage. He has to find out what all things are a bit kept, where they are kept. This person who is outgoing, he will not tell. Why? He has reaction. That is called asakti. In fact, you happily train other person. See, I have been benefited by serving this, and now you also get benefit. That is called freedom from asakti. Many people, especially in old age, this happens more. Some few things these senior citizens they are doing in the family when they are in the family setup, like bringing milk or something, and by chance the son or daughter says, "Appa, now you did not do this because the milkman is coming here. We have facility and all, and I see that sometimes you fumble and there is a possibility of accident. You did not do it." The father feels that this is taken away from me. I think my daughter-in-law must have told something. So something he imagines all, reacts, because he was holding on to that. By that he was feeling significant, and therefore reaction. So healthy approach is what? If I am expected to do, I will do it well. When it is not required to be done by me, I am happy to hand over. Happily hand over, not grudgingly. That is called karma anasakti. Phala anasakti means what? When I am doing some activities, I have some expectation of appreciation. That I, Swamiji, don't expect money, but people should recognize that how much I am doing. In family setup, it is very common. Swamiji, whole day, morning to evening, I do so much, but nobody cares, nobody knows, nobody acknowledges. Even 2 words of appreciations are not there. It's a common thing. That is called phalasakti. I want people to appreciate. I want people to recognize me for my contribution. Even that is not there. Or I am doing so much for them, so when I need, they should be available. How come they are not available? This is phalasakti. Asaktaha means without attachment to the result. I am doing because it is to be done. One issue many parents have this. Swamiji, I did so much for my children, but Swamiji, they are not doing. When I need them, they are not available. They are so busy with their own family. They don't have time for us. All this. Swamiji, I did so much. I saved money for them. I worked, overtime I did, and double work I did, and all this I did. And see, they don't care. So this shows what? Phalasakti. I did it because it is to be done. If they serve their parents, it will be their blessing, they will be blessed. It will be nice if they can serve, but I need not, grudge about that why they did not do it. I did it because if I did not do it, I would have felt guilty about it. And it is proper on my part to take care of my children. I did it. I enjoyed it. And now it is their time. It is up to them whether to reciprocate or not. That is called phala anasakti. Just do it. Whether it is noticed by all or not doesn't matter. Many people like to do the work which is noticed by all. Like, when Swamiji comes, you give water or you give flowers or, that type of work you like to do. But before Swamiji comes, the floor is to be swept. That, nobody knows. Swamiji will never know this. Swamiji will never see, because before that it should be ready. So that is called Falasakti. I do because it is to be done. Somebody has to do it. Whether it is noticed or not noticed, just do it. That is Asaktaha. So Karma Yogam Arabate. A person starts the sadhana of Karma Yoga remaining unattached to the karma and karma phala. Saha, that person Vishishyate, is better than the person who was described in the 6th sloka. The 6th sloka person is suppressing karmendriyas and indulging through the mind. Whereas this person is using the karmendriyas and with the mind he is regulating these sense organs, the organs of perception. Just change of approach. And by the change of approach, that person becomes Vishishyate, becomes superior. Superior in terms of his pursuit in moksha. That person will be succeeding in his pursuit of moksha, that is Vishishyate. With this, the topic of this superiority of Karma Yoga over the sannyasa by immature person is concluded. Now from the 8th sloka, Bhagavan is talking about various aspects of Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? What all aspects of Karma Yoga? That is from the 8th sloka we will read. Niyatam kuru karmatvam कर्मज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः. So here Bhagavan says, what is Karma Yoga? Let us understand Karma Yoga word. As I said, one definition of Karma Yoga is that which is karma and yoga is called Karma Yoga. In Sanskrit we say karma cha aso yogaha karma yogaha. That which is karma, that which is yoga is called Karma Yoga. Karma means action, yoga means sadhana. So action which is the means for the purity is called Karma Yoga. So action as the means for the purity of the mind is called Karma Yoga. And what is the factor which makes karma as yoga? Karma everybody does. Then what is an additional factor because of which karma becomes Karma Yoga? That additional factor which makes karma into Karma Yoga is attitude. So karma, proper karma with proper attitude is Karma Yoga. So word karma conveys the idea of action, proper action, and the word yoga also conveys the idea of attitude. So what is Karma Yoga? Proper action with proper attitude is Karma Yoga. What is proper action? For that we can revise this particular description we had seen, and that is there are 4 types of karma talked about in Shastra. One is called Vihita karma, the prescribed duty, the duty to be done, whether you like it or not. That is called Vihita karma, prescribed karma, to be done karma. Second karma is called Kamya karma. If you like, you do it. If you don't like, you don't do it. Like a person who is working in somebody's house, then he has got some prescribed duties. He is supposed to wash the vessels, he is supposed to clean the clothes, wash the clothes, etc. So these are prescribed duty. And when he is free, his master is little generous. Even when he is free, he can watch TV. He can watch TV. Or if he wants to do some extra work for which he can get some money from somewhere, he can do some online work which is 1 hour he is free, he can do it. That is called kamya karma. Prescribed duty is what? Whatever washing the vessels, cleaning this place, etc. This is niyata karma. Other karma, if he wants to do it, he can do it, he need not do it. Third one is, so in Shastra also, Vihita karma, like for a Grihastha, Pancha Mahayagnas are Vihita karma. Then Kamya karma means certain rituals are there. If he wants money, if he wants extra power of the sense organs, if he wants higher lokas, then he can do it, otherwise he need not do it. That is Kamya karma. Third is called Nishiddha karma, the karma which is prohibited, like hurting somebody, drinking alcohol, etc. That is called this Nishiddha karma. Prashchitta karma is, if person has done this Nishiddha karma, means the karmas which are prohibited, then to remove the adverse effect of this Pratishiddha karma, the karma he does is called Prashchitta karma. So out of these four, this Vihita karma is considered to be Uttama karma, the best karma, and also sometimes called Sattvika karma, because it promotes the sattva guna in us in course of time. Therefore, it is the best karma. And generally, Vihita karma is a contributory karma. The karmas which contributes to the well-being of the totality. That is called Vihita karma. Second is Kamya karma, which is more for my own material growth. More it is self-centered. That is it a Madhyama karma, medium karma. So Vihita karma is Uttama karma. This Kamya karma, desire-based activity, is called Madhyama karma. And this Pratishiddha karma is called Adhama karma. And Prashchitta is only if required. So that is the classification given in the Shastra. So Niyata karma means the Uttama karma, the karma which is to be done. Our culture is a duty-based culture. In fact, Puja Swamiji used to say, the word duty is used for our job in our Indian culture. In other culture, they generally use the word duty only for heavy duty, tire, etc. So duty, they say, I join the work. Whereas here we say, I join the duty. So in our culture, more emphasis is on duty. And as somebody said, whenever you bring the idea of duty, there is a beauty. When you emphasize right, there will be fight. So keep on talking about right, there will be fight. But you see, if everybody does one's duty properly, everybody gets one's right also. Father's duty is son's privilege. So son's duty is father's privilege. So if I do my duties, the people around me get their privilege. And people around me, they do their duty, I get my privilege. Therefore, if everybody does one's duty, nobody has to think about the rights. Therefore, in our culture, there was more emphasis on duty. In our society, some particular class of the society were given the job of studying the scriptures and teaching the scriptures. They have to keep on focusing on that only. They need not work or worry about earning money. It is the duty of other groups of society to take care of them. Every class of the society will be focusing on their own duty. And when that is done, then everybody gets the right. So in olden days, the duty was based on the Varna, the class, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and the Ashrama, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. So based on that, the duty classification was there. And that duty is called Niyatam Karma. So whatever is the karma prescribed for you based on your class and based on your ashrama stage of life, you do that. But nowadays that Varna and Ashrama Vyavastha is not so much followed. Therefore we say Niyatam Karma means Following the script of your role. Everybody is playing some role. See, you are playing the role of a father or son or husband or wife and or friend, citizen. So you are playing so many roles. You are playing the role of a student now, listener now. I am playing the role of a teacher. And every role has got a script. Script means what the manner in which the role is to be played, the manner in which the character has to respond. So every role has got a script. Following the script of my role, that is called niyatam karma. In modern language, the following the script of the role I am playing, that is called doing my duty. So every role I play, I need to be clear about the duty of that role. I am playing the role of a son. Let me know what are the duties of a son. If I am playing the role of a father, let me know what is the duty of a father. I am playing the role of a student, let me know what are the duties of the student. If required, you ask some people. If required, you ask the concerned person. If you are playing the role of a son, ask your father, ask your mother. Am I playing my role properly? It is very important. It will really make so much difference. We need to know. Sometimes we think we are providing everything as a son. Swamiji, I have provided a good room to my father. I have provided air condition. I have provided TV. I have provided hearing aid. I have provided good glasses. I am getting newspaper for them. But Swami, still my father is not happy. So what you should do? You should really go and ask, Appa, what I can do which will make you feel cared, which will make you feel loved. Because many times there is a gap between the your perception of the duty of a son and father's perception of the duty of a son. And that gap remains because of lack of communication. So once in a while, it is a very wise thing to ask people concern. As a teacher, I should ask students, are you feeling comfortable in studying? Am I going too slow? Am I going too fast? Am I using too many Sanskrit words? Are you okay? Are you comfortable? I should ask. That is called care. That is called commitment to play the role well. We think that we are playing well, not good enough. Your best may not be even good for the other person. So you ask other person. If his or her expectations are reasonable and can be fulfilled, why not? It is just my ego. Why should I ask? I am already doing best. Not necessary. In fact, your father may be just wanting 10 minutes of yours. He doesn't need all the TV, etc. Even if you don't give, it doesn't matter. He wants your 10 minutes quality time. When you are not seeing your messages, your mobile. 10 minutes without mobile he wants. All other things you provide or you don't provide doesn't matter so much. But if you provide 10 minutes, it will make so much difference. That's all. So you can do that. So playing the role properly. And for that, asking wherever required, that's why in corporate world they have got 360-degree view. Means you get inputs from all sides, up, down, side. Because you think that you are doing the best, may not be so. Therefore, playing the role properly means taking care of all the factors, taking the feelings, sensitivity of all people around, and seeing whether what I am doing is in keeping with Dharma. That is called Niyatam Karma in modern language, that is Niyatam Karma. Following the script of your role properly. In keeping with Dharma, in keeping with the expectations of people around, and fulfilling them if they are reasonable. If your father wants that, no, my son, whole day, every day, 3 hours morning, 3 hours evening, you sit with me, that is not reasonable. But reasonable, sometimes something is reasonable, but we do not know, therefore we are not fulfilling. Therefore, Niyatam Kuru means doing what is to be done. And from somebody may say, Swamiji, why these instructions are required? Do what is to be done. Everybody do what is to be done. No. Many times we don't do what is to be done because what is to be done sometimes is not what I like to do. What I like to do and what is to be done, there is a gap. Therefore, what do? We try to find out some excuse for not doing what is to be done. For one state in India, it is not progressing well some years ago. Now it is little bit doing. But for that state, one person made very good comment. He said that state is not finding out the means for progress, but they are always trying to find out the means why they are not progressing. Means they are finding out different excuses. Some people are good at that. They always use their brain to find out what excuse I can give for not doing this work. Instead of finding out the means for doing the work, they try to use their intellect for finding out the excuses. That is the what is called problem with many people, and therefore they need to be told niyatam kuru karmatvam. And when you do what is to be done, you are in harmony with totality. And when you are in harmony with totality, you feel blessed. You feel comfortable with yourself. You must have seen that some work is pending, some laundry or something, for few days more than usual time. Then it is sitting on your heart. Oh, it is not done, it is not done, it is not done. Every time you see it, it bothers you. When you do it, you have got this feeling of joy. You feel, done. Even your drawer is to be clean. You are not cleaning, and when you do it, you feel good. Why? Because you are doing what is to be done. And when you do what is to be done, you are in order of dharma, which is the manifestation of Ishvara, and therefore you are in harmony with Ishvara. And therefore Bhagavan says, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam. By this particular sentence, one aspect of Karma Yoga is highlighted. And what is that? Doing what is to be done, Niyata Karma, Vihita Karma, is Karma Yoga. So one definition of karma, one aspect of Karma Yoga is doing what is to be done is Karma Yoga. And Bhagavan gives the reason why you should do what is to be done. Because karma jayaha, action is better than he means because action is better than akarmanaha, inaction. Not doing compared to not doing, doing something is better. Here one point Bhagavan highlighting is, some people have got the problem of perfectionism. And therefore they are waiting that only when I do perfect, then only I will do the action. If I cannot do perfectly, I will not do it. Yes, love for excellence, commitment to excellence is a good quality. But sometimes your perfectionism makes you inactive. Perfectionism sometimes makes you have this frustration, have the feeling of this laziness. Perfectionism brings laziness, surprisingly, because you feel, oh, today this particular thing is not there. Without that, the whole thing will not be perfect. Today this thing is not there. Without that, whole thing will not be perfect. And therefore you are waiting everything to fall in its place. Then only I will do it. It will very rarely happen. Therefore, perfectionist people, they are not able to perform. They are not able to do their things on time. They are not able to do things as they are supposed to do. Why? Because their obsession with perfectionism. Therefore, in Shastra, very beautifully said, Manda Karanam Akarmanaha Shreyaha. Means, even doing something imperfectly is better than not doing at all. See, today I could have cancelled the class. Simple thing is what, cancel the class. But then I thought, see, at least some people all the way, they might have come from Coimbatore, and they will be disappointed. Oh, I may have some difficulty in doing, this seeing, and I cannot read also. I'm not supposed to read so much. But still, I may not be able to good a very good class, but some class I can give. And that is good enough. I may not be able to give 1 hour class, but it is 45-minute class I can give. Something is better than nothing. So don't wait for action to become perfect. Then only you do the action. Whenever you think that you will be able to do action perfectly, then only you will start. Then very rarely you will be able to do. Therefore, let not the best become the enemy of your good. If you can do good, start doing good. Don't say, no, Swamiji, when I do the best, then only I will do it. One lady in Bangalore, she told me, Swamiji, I am, I think perhaps from North India or sometime. He said, I am, Swamiji, learning to make dosa. When I make the perfect dosa, I will invite you. She never invited me. Because she is learning perfect dosa. So, so this obsession with perfectionism is a detrimental for your growth. Instead of, we don't say that you just do whatever you are doing, don't try to improve. That is not the message. Let there be commitment to excellence, not obsession with perfectionism. That is the ideal approach. Better approach. That I want to improve. Every day delta X I can improve. That is what the concept of Kaizen in Japan it is. Every day little bit you improve. Little bit you improve. Little bit you improve. Instead of waiting, when I will, have 90% growth, so then only I will start my venture, etc. No, every day little, every day little, every day little. Some people say that one day I will do everything. Don't wait. Little, little every day. See, you have got such a huge book, Mahabharata. And you say, oh my God, when will I read? When I get 1 month, I will read. That 1 month doesn't come. But you start reading from today. Every day 3 pages you read. Within a year or so it will be over. We had this 1 year course in that. We did some, this Adhyatma Ramayana. It has got some thousands of slokas. We did it. Because every day 10, 15, 15, 20 we are doing. Done. If we see that, when will it be done? No. So don't wait for this ideal atmosphere. It is something like the person goes to the river and he says, when the water will be completely calm, or the seashore, when water will be, the seashore will be completely free from waves, I will jump into the sea. That never happens. Never wait for perfect setup. So whatever minimum resource is required for a given thing, that is of course you procure, but then you start. Otherwise you keep on waiting, and nothing happens. Therefore Bhagavan says, karma is better than not doing action at all. Even little bit imperfect is okay. See, if I am waiting, when I can talk like Pujya Swamiji, then I will start my class. And I would have never started. The doctors also think that when I can practice perfectly, then I will open my dispensary. No. They practice on us and they become good doctors. Not a single doctor is there who has never committed mistake in his practice. I have asked some doctors. Not a single doctor. No hospital there is there in the world where no mistake is committed. No. His survey is there. It happens that instead of right side, left side is operated. All these things happen. So the scissors is supposed to be kept out and he remains in the stomach. Happens. Still, surgery is continuous. So we cannot wait for perfectionism. Therefore, he said, Karma jyayo hi karmana. And Bhagavan gives one important message. He says, even the maintenance of your body, mind, sense complex requires your engagement in karma. Sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyeda karmana. Sharir yatra means the maintenance of the body, and we by extension sense organs and the mind. Even the maintenance of the body would not be na prasiddhyad, means will not be possible, would not be accomplished akarmanaha, from inaction. This idea we are seeing very much now. Most of the physical disease are there because sufficient exercise is not there. In olden days, people used to have, exercise with their daily routine itself. Since mommy has to do this chutney and the idli mav she has to make, that itself requires so much exercise. Belly will never come out. Now we have got all machine, and then we have to go to gym for belly. What a thing. First you have the machine for that, and then you have to go. I don't say we should not use the machine, but we have so much reliance on the machine, etc., and we do not do the activities, and therefore what happens? Our body puts on weight. Similarly, if we do not use your organs appropriately, then the capacity of the organ or the capacity of the mind will be slowly reduced. Therefore, you keep the mind engaged in the activities. Otherwise, you just all the time lie down. Don't use your mind. Then afterwards, even a small mental activity will be very tiring. Small mental activity you will find very difficult to do it. Because the rule is you use it or lose it. Therefore, nowadays they say for elderly people Sudoku. Sudoku, no? That is very good. Why? It keeps the brain little bit tickling. Brain remains little active. So Bhagavan says, Arjuna, if you go for inaction, then your body, your mind also will not be maintained properly. So Karma Yoga is providing this system which will keep your body, mind, sense complex active and healthy. Anything, if it is not used, it will be lost. Even for water, they say, the well water, if it is not tapped, drawn, then this particular flow gets dried up. So in life, the principle of life is to use the resources appropriately. So Bhagavan says, Arjuna, even for the healthy maintenance of your body, senses and mind also, this Karma Yoga is important. It is better compared to akarmaha, inaction. Then one more aspect of Karma Yoga Bhagavan gives in the next sloka, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So next Sunday we have the class.